Hello everybody, how's it going? Carl aka Screezilla here, and I hope you're all well, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. A game that I've been playing around with for a long time, as you know, but I decided I would do something different today, and that was, well, get into the spirit of Brother Monroe and Stealth 17's Stealth 17 Gaming's Taskmaster series, because I thought it looks like a bit of a laugh, and I wanted to see what I could come up with to, well, have fun with that. So I was watching the videos, listening along. So today's task was a bit of a weird one because it was a double part task. So I could listen to the first part of the task and not know what was going to happen. So the first bit of the task, Taskmaster, the Emperor's new clothes. We've been tasked by the Emperor of a far-off land to design a new flagship. Our year is 1920. One battleship, nation of our choice. It must be ostentatious and indeed fabulous. Must have spacious crew quarters, advanced radio, and a maximum range. Otherwise, our job is simply to make a ship as expensive as we can make. More profit that way. Once you built your ship, click below. So that's the next bit of the task. So as I was listening along, I decided to make the most ludicrous expensive ship I could think of. And I was thinking profit-wise. Now I'm going on all profits. So I deliver you the Emperor class. Now this was made for the Emperor of China. In 1920, the Chinese ordered a battleship. And I thought I'd go China because they don't often get any ships made for them. They also had one of the most expensive hulls. You see, this was where I was thinking from. This is where I was thinking, oh, I'll be smart this way. And I'm just going to make the most expensive ship I can possibly make that's also going to be absolutely, probably useless, in fairness. But could possibly do good, because who knows what the task could be. It could be who can go the fastest, who can go the furthest, who can make the most stunning ship. So I thought I would make an absolutely beautiful ship, and the Emperor class is indeed that. This ship has a spacious deck on board. It has a gun deck below it, arcing back to the days of sail, with 152mm guns on board in barbettes. It also has this beautiful gondola style tower. Look at how tall this tower is. How beautiful is that? The flag sailing in the wind. The Emperor would be able to sit up there with pride. Gun-wise, 406mm, you know, we didn't want to go small. We want to impress. And on this ship, they look relatively small. We've pretty much gone for the biggest guns we could get, of course, because why not? Now, we could go for a slightly smaller gun and make it more effective, because these are only Mark 1s, so they're absolutely useless. But our job isn't to, you know, make an efficient battleship. Our job is to make an impressive battleship. A battleship that Emperor is going to go, oh, nobody will beat me with this. We have 203mm guns in triple mounts, aft and forward, and also a couple of barbetted 152mm as well. So not the most guns in the world, but we want room on deck to be able to play shuffleboard, to host parties, host events. You know, this is the thing. This ship is designed to be a status symbol. This isn't a warship. This is a ship to show how rich the country is, how great the country is. And for that, it's got a speed of 31 knots in 1920, using turbo-electric drives. Yes, this ship is indeed faster than Sonic the Hedgehog. This ship is as fast as most destroyers, yet it is a battleship. Now, this did come at some cost, however, mainly in armour. It's got the most advanced gunnery systems as well. So, this ship, advanced radio, of course, hydrophone, so it can hear underneath it for any pesky rebels deciding to plant any, bombs underneath it. And of course it has coincidence range finding as well, so it's got brilliant range finding. Has cordite, so end up with cordite because that's the most expensive of the variants. That adds some more price to the shell cost. TNT free. We've gone for standard shells, mainly because I don't think. Yeah, that will work. Can we go super heavy? Yes, we can. Okay, beautiful. You can start to see the flaws in my plan if you just look down briefly. So we've got super heavy shells as well. We've got the biggest shells possible. These things are mammoth even. These things are gargantuan shells, coming out of a 406mm gun. These shells are ridiculously big. The shell itself is as big as a torpedo boat. It's just ludicrous size. The shell weight is 2,133 kilograms for the armor piercing, at least 111 kilograms for the high explosive. That's a big shell. This shell is just gigantic. This is firing a couple of cars every 60 odd seconds. So this is a serious display of firepower. And these shells are gigantic. Hydroelectric turrets as well. Electro-hydraulic turrets even. So they've got a great turning speed too. These things are just, for gunnery training, they're going to absolutely show the world what it's made of. And the world will just be an envy of this ship because it just looks magnificent. It looks just the best ship there has ever been in history up until 1920. This thing is just a beautiful looking ship. It's perfectly balanced as well. Well, almost perfectly balanced actually. Changed the shell, changed a few little bits. There we go, back to being perfectly balanced. Pitch of only 5.7, roll of only 4.7. This thing is so stable. This is such a stable firing platform. Base accuracy is 56.6, long range accuracy 64.4, 78 aiming speed. This thing is great. Engine power. Look at the power on board. 100% engine efficiency. This thing is gorgeous. Turning circle 960 meters. That's not too bad. It's, it's relatively good. Look at the pitch and the roll. It's barely anything. There is barely anything to this ship. It is just gorgeous. Detectability, yeah, it's fairly easy to detect. Of course, it has no radar on board. It's got great gunnery, as we said. Accuracy. The accuracy is just sheerly amazing. 34% base accuracy, 35% long accuracy, 58% aiming speed. And then we get down to the armour. Now we had to sacrifice something, of course, and we were looking for profit because we wanted to make this the most expensive ship possible. So 1.5 billion. I think that has fulfilled the expense. I think Brother Monroe's ship was around about 5 million, and Stealth's was about the same. Let me just double check that. Yeah, they were 5 million and 6.3 million. So they had some relatively expensive ships. Mine is triple theirs because if you're going to go big, go big. The crew as well, the best crew from around the world. This crew is just the very best of the best. But they've got a belt armour of an armoured cruiser of 228mm. It does have 118% quality to it, so you know it's not the worst armour in the world. I mean, it's effective armour. You know, it's got some extra bonuses to it. It's got a torpedo belt as well. You know, it's torpedo 50% resistance to torpedoes. You know, 54 belt, 50 aft belt, 50 main deck, 10 fore belt, 10 aft deck. I mean, basically, it's a giant destroyer. That's what I'm saying. Armor-wise, this is just effectively a destroyer that's on steroids. The gun, our beautiful, ginormous guns, to fit those shells in, are 150mm. You know, it's on the side plate. The front armour still 406, so it's still got some good protection to it. It's still got some armour to it. It's still got some armour. It's still got some armour. It's okay. It has no armour. It has no armour at all. Okay. The 203mm gun, 100mm. You know, that's not bad for a light cruiser. And the casemate's 50mm. The Emperor class battleship. 215.8 meters long, 36.6 meters in beam, 9.9 meters draught, tons, 70.9, 10 tons. It's a speedy, it's a giant destroyer, isn't it? So, luxurious wise, I think we've made a luxurious ship. I think this is a beautiful looking boat. And China's going to be very happy with us. I think the problem is going to be the challenge itself. So, the challenge. Now, challenge was actually kind of simple. Unfortunately, due to spending an enormous amount of money on our ship, we've kind of, well, we've kind of upset the peasant nation a little bit. We've upset the peasants a tiny little bit, and they've kind of revolted. So the whole navy has turned against us, and it's the Navy of Spain, and they've decided they want to sink us. So we must face 3 battleships, 2 battle cruisers, 1 heavy cruiser, 1 light cruiser, and 5 destroyers at 2,000 meters. Sorry, 20,000 meters even. Now, they're 1915, so they're a little bit behind the times on us, so we do have a slight advantage. But the fact that the destroyer can probably outmatch us with its guns does not fill me with joy. So, yeah. Let's see how this beautiful, beautiful ship does in battle. Now, of course, the enemy are designing their own ships, so they could go heavy brawlers, they could go for torpedo spammers, they could go for snipers. I'm hoping that they go for short-range brawlers, and I can just sit around and snipe. Kind of wishing I had a bit more ammo. But hopefully, look, my ship is agile, it's fast, it's very pretty. It's, you know, it is a ship that the Emperor would be proud of, you know? And most importantly, it's really expensive. So, what else could we ask for? The enemy's north, so let's start hunting down the enemy, shall we? Oh crap, they've got me outranged already, because they got me spotted. There's already gunfire coming in. So, that's not a good sign. Let's just hope we don't get hit at all right here, because one hit will basically knock us out, I think. It's okay, they don't have the accuracy of us. You can see smoke plume. You can see where the guns are firing from. We're okay. Look, the Emperor's on board and he's happy. Playing shuffleboard at the moment. Probably going to be asked to come into the actual ship soon because might be at slight danger. 7.2 per chance. That's a hit up there. Okay, let's start turning out of this. What have we got? 2.1. 10% chance to hit. 10% chance? What the hell is that? That must be the battleship. Oh, that is a fairly chunky battleship, isn't it? Fairly ugly battleship. Oh, we got a hit on there. We got one hit. We got one hit. Oh, took off like a quarter of its health. Second hit. That ship is really, really, really suffering now. Those shells are just devastating when they hit. Although we did just get penetrated as well. Although our ship's not too bad, but quite spacious for them, but quite a big ship. We could be okay with this. Things could be okay. We're going at full speed as well, so we're not even at our best aiming at the moment. This guy is listing badly. I don't even know what it is at the moment, but it is listing badly. This battleship is just hurting, although we're starting to get into range of more of their guns, so let's start escaping. We've got a couple of fires. We do have minimum bulkheads as well, because we wanted to have parties in the ship. So effectively, it's kind of like an aircraft carrier. This thing it's got spacious, luxurious rooms underneath it. It's not good for military action, in all honesty. Ooh, ow. I'd just be happy if we could take out one of their battleships, because this is actually like a proper ship that's designed to fight, you know, that has armour. But I don't like our chances in all honesty, because they're starting to catch up to us as well. Let's just keep turning away. Oh, another big hit to the Victoria. Victoria, let's see what they've got on board. See what they've got. 356mm guns. We don't really need to worry about the penetration because pretty much everything will penetrate us. I mean, you know, our ship has no armour at all. Armour-wise, about 440mm, 330mm main deck armour. They've got some decent armour on board as well. So we've taken out one of their guns as well. We've taken out one of their triples. So that's good news. And we've just absolutely just decimated that ship. But we have taken damage in turn. Oh, another big hit. Another main gun destroyed. Just this thing is sinking now as well. Look at the lift. It is absolutely taking on water. That thing is... Now we've lost visibility of it. We're going to start getting some really bad effects of damage soon as well, because the damage is going to pile up shortly as well. We need to finish off this enemy force as soon as possible. Actually, was that their battle cruiser, not their battleship? Got a light cruiser over here, which has torpedoes on board, which... Up towards torpedoes, okay, that's not too bad. Hit it, will you? A 17% chance to hit. How are we missing? We've just seen a few good hits, okay? Start turning out again. It's smoking up, I think. Because it's basically dead. Alright. What's next best target solution to go for? Actually, going to say that light cruiser is still worth just popping some shots at. I'm going to put our main guns on save. Just because I'm kind of running a bit low on armour, on ammo even. The munitions side of things is not looking good. That light cruiser is pretty much out of this battle. It would be nice if it would just sink though. The light cruiser probably have better armour than us though, in all honesty. About the same armour as us. We've got the same armour as their light cruisers. Okay. Let's start taking some shots at that armoured cruiser as well. See if we can knock out that armoured cruiser a little bit. Let's just turn out of this a little bit. We don't want to show full broadside here. Flooding, that's good. Nice. A couple of hits to this armoured cruiser could be good for us. Because they've effectively got more armour than us. So we are just a giant armoured cruiser at the moment. Our secondary guns should be able to deal with them pretty well. You know, our secondary guns are ridiculously good as well. Come on, some good hits, please. Oh, okay, that's engine damage. That's not good. Main tower damage. That's not good. Fire and flooding. That's not good. That's going to slow us down. We're slowed down to 22 knots now. We don't have speed on our side anymore. We've lost 12% of our crew. So, luckily, we've got a very good crew on board. Because, you know, we need every last man. Other than the Emperor himself, who is absolutely useless, of course. Let's see how this armor cruiser is going. I don't think we've sunk a single ship yet, so that's great. It's not going well for us. I mean, look, we've had them licked on cost. I mean, we made a very expensive ship. And we're going to make a nice tidy profit out of this. Because luckily the Emperor's going to go down with his ship. And as long as we got paid beforehand, I guess. Hopefully we got paid in advance. But she's holding up at the moment. I've not seen any of her destroyers yet. Accuracy is really gone to heck. Right? Yeah. Losing a lot of doing a lot of penalties, I think, now because of the damage on board. Take out this armoured cruiser. Once again, they've got torpedoes on board, and I don't really want to get caught. Torpedoes? Yes, everybody has torpedoes. It's the 1915s. we've slowed this armored cruiser down, so we have slowed this guy down quite a bit, but just taking a huge, oh, ouch, 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 ouch. Just need one of our main gun shells to hit that armoured cruiser, and that thing will be no more. Maybe it's got better armour than it had. Okay, let's just start turning back in, get back into this fight. I fear that things are not going well for us. We've still got half health, but they still have a whole fleet of ships against us. So, we have taken out their battle cruiser though, so that's something. Oh, that's a nice hit. There we go. This guy is sinking fast. Okay, let's focus on the battleship. We've taken out one of the stinky, evil, horrible, evil rebels ships. And it was an armoured cruiser as well, you know, worth, how much was that worth? 27 million. So that basically was about the same cost as our dining hall. So that's not good. So battleships. 67 million. So one of their battleships is worth about this much of our boat. We can still get away with this, you know, as long as we don't get any big hits. Let's start getting out of their secondary range, because that's where we're going to really start getting eaten up. We can't deal with their secondaries, because these things, oh good lord, they have a lot of guns on board. And their small caliber guns are what I'm worried about. The big guns probably just overpen us. It's the small stuff that's probably going to be problematic. I'm surprised we haven't had a flash fire yet, in all honesty. But we are very much on fire. I don't think the Emperor's going to be coming out of this one fully intact. There is a lot of pain in this one. We still have a flotilla of destroyers to deal with as well, which I've not seen, which scares me. Ouch. Come on, show what you're made of, Emperor class. You can do this. Give me some good hits with your main guns. Just don't take any hits, okay? Just avoid being shot and you'll be fine. And stop listing so much. And stop being shot. Don't be shot. Ow. 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 I think our $1.6 billion ship is going to be going to a very watery grave. magnificent grave. Be a beautiful grave. We've lost one of our guns. We've lost most of our ship, in all honesty. And, well, we've had ammo detonation, which I was expecting, in all honesty. Let's see how the enemy's looking to us. We've got a mild list, and there's a little bit of flooding coming in on the casement guns. Might capsize at any moment. The enemy battleships, the Argonaut is well, that's absolutely fine. I think she's taken a hit to. No, I don't think she's taken any damage whatsoever that's visible. There's a mild scuff mark on her paint that might need replacing. The Oriente, she's taken a bit of a beating. You know, like that will take a good week to polish up. They'll need to actually, you know, do some repairs to this ship. It's taken some damage, but the Emperor class, well, the Emperor class has taken a lot of damage as she lets out her final salvo of the 152mm guns. She gracefully goes to the bottom of the ocean, letting out her last groans of pain and agony. A few lifeboats escaped, but the Emperor, standing up in a tower, proud of his mighty ship, was no more. He was taken out in a salvo from the Separatist fleet, destroying the beautiful, beautiful tower. And honestly, if you look at this section of the ship, it's not too bad. Can't really look at the other section of the ship because she's a little bit underwater. But no, like if we look right here and forget about the flames, like if we get at a certain angle, the ship looks okay. The ship kind of looks okay. But unfortunately, the death groans of the ship is telling all the stories. It's $1.6 billion worth of ship, just, well, $1.6 billion worth of pounds goes down to the bottom of the ocean. So let's look at the results here. We managed to damage one of their battleships, damage one of their light cruisers, and sink one of their armoured cruisers. Their armoured cruiser was worth 27.8 million. Our Emperor class was worth, well, 1.577 billion. So yeah, all in all, that could have gone better. Could have gone much better. I hope you enjoyed this. Look, check out Stealth 17 and brother brother Munro's channels as well. I'll leave a link below. They've got some amazing stuff content wise for Ultimate Admiral, Dreadnought, and the Taskmaster challenges can be hilarious. And look, I had a lot of fun doing this. It was something really silly. I just wanted to make a really ludicrous boat, and it was indeed. It was basically the world's biggest destroyer that was completely useless, but it was a fantastic ship. So let me talk you through the actual battle report that we wrote up for this boat. So once Spain attacked us, unfortunately the Emperor didn't realise we were under attack and thought that the fireworks had begun early. He stood out on deck, watching as these beautiful fireworks were set off all around him until one of them hit his ship, and then all of a sudden ordered his crew to the lovely leather chairs where they would sit to fire off the guns. They fired off a full broadside, managed to damage the enemy battleship, but sadly the party had to stop. Several hundred canapes were lost during the battle. The swimming pool deck was hit by a shell, killing 7 of the onboard Dolphins. With this damage, the ship limped on, but unfortunately enemy kept on attacking. A chandelier fell on the captain, killing him instantly, so the Emperor took charge, up in the tower, until unfortunately a shell hit the tower, decapitating the Emperor instantly. The crew, aghast at the time, still trying to put on their battle fatigues and take off their frocks and ball gowns, were in real trouble. They tried to flee, but unfortunately it was too late. The ship went down. But it didn't sink. The ship was still buoyant. The Spanish managed to salvage the ship, along with about $1 billion worth of equipment. Gold, jewellery, silverware, a couple of dolphins, 1 shark, and effectively, a lot of fine china. And they sold it back and managed to refund their country's losses. They did a good job at it in the end. So that is the story of the Emperor-class battleship. A ship that cost so much it crippled a country, to the point that they had to fight their own shipmaker because they couldn't really afford to keep going. China failed to get their amazing battleship, and sadly we lost a few Dolphins. Thanks for watching all. I hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, this is me, Screezilla, wishing you well. Bye bye.